Hello guys, my name is Johnson Akins from Femtech. Today we'll be looking at a topic titled Coding versus Programming. Coding versus Programming. Now, don't get it twisted. Many will say coding is the same thing as programming, while some will say coding is quite different from programming. Now, in this tutorial, we are going to be seeing what coding is all about, likewise, what programming is all about. Now, let's hit the nail on the head now. Let's take a quick look at the meaning of code itself. What is a code? What is a code? In computing, this is defined as set of symbols that the machine understands. A code in computing is defined as set of symbols that the machine understands. Now let's look at what is a program. What is a program? In computing, this is defined as set of instructions that control the internal state of the machine. That is what a program is. Set of instructions. Set of instructions. Now let's go back and take a look at what is a code. A code is what? Set of symbols. Why program is what? Set of instructions. Now let's see adding the ing, which is the suffix. The suffix now. Let's add their suffix now. The suffix, which is the ing. So the code turns to be coding. The program turns to be programming. Let's see. Now coding now is the art or process of creating set of symbols readable by the machine. I repeat, coding is the art or process of creating set of symbols readable by the machine. Why? Programming is the art or process of creating set of instructions that control the internal state of the machine. Programming is the art or process of creating set of instructions that control the internal state of the machine. Now let's look at the summary now. In summary, let's see what coding and programming is all about. Now, applications are built with codes. And what is a code? Set of symbols. So applications are built with set of symbols in a process called coding. Why the combination of these codes makes a program? I think you should understand what we are saying there. The combination of codes makes a program, which is what? Set of instructions in a process called programming. Now let's take a look at a code written in VS Code. So you understand this better. We'll come back to this. Now let's take a look at this application that I built for this tutorial for better understanding. Now this is our VS Code. Now this application here is to count down the remaining days, the remaining months, the remaining days and hours, time and seconds left to New Year. Let me put it that way. The remaining days to New Year. So now this is a countdown app I just created for this tutorial for better understanding. Now don't forget that all these are the codes. All these things that you see happens to be the codes. Now this application is built now with HTML, CSS and PHP and so on. So these are the codes that you see. All these things are called codes. They are the codes that actually generated this particular program. So the combination of all these codes that you see here now turns to be what? Turns to be a program. What is a program? A set of instructions. That is a program. Set of instructions. Now, the instructions given to these codes here is to count down the remaining days left to New Year. See, you can take a look at this. All these are codes, but the combination of these codes are what turns to be what? A program. And program happens to be what? Set of instructions. Don't forget, codes is set of symbols, while program is set of instructions. So these are the codes that constitute what? This program. Now the program is this. Now let's take a look at the browser and let's see what the program does. Now this is the program. Now this is the app, the New Year countdown app. You can see it's telling us here from what we have here that we have 1 month, 18 days, 3 hours, 4 minutes, and the seconds is counting down. So that is the remaining months, days, hours, minutes, and seconds to New Year. So this is a program, and if you take a look at the back end of this program, you will see that these are the codes that I use to develop that particular app. So the instruction given to this program here is to count down the remaining days left to New Year. That is the instruction, and that is what we call a program. Setting up an instruction, or the way I've arranged my code, the way I've designed it, the purpose of the program here is to count down. So these things that you see happens to be the code that constitute what? The app. So the combination of all these codes turns to be what? A program. And the instruction given to this code, that is to this app here, is to count down. And that is what makes it a program. So the process of me giving it instruction of all this if statement, if you take a look at this, if this is equals to this, then echo this, else do this, echo this. These are the instructions. That if this is equals to this, echo this, else if, echo this, and so on. So these are the instructions given to the program that it should execute this one after the other based on the conditions, and that is what is called a program. But all these symbols that you see happens to be the code that is being understood by the machine. But the instruction given to the code based on the if statement and so on, it depends on what you are trying to develop, is what? That is the programming aspect. If this is this, do this, else do this, otherwise do this, and so on. So that is the instruction given to that program, and that is what is called programming. Why the codes happens to be all these, and the combination of the codes makes it what? A program. Now back to our presentation. Applications are built with codes, set of symbols, in a process called coding. Why the combination of these codes makes a program, set of instructions in a process called program. I believe you should understand this better based on the application which I just showed you now, the countdown application. Now in conclusion, if you are into coding, you are a programmer, irrespective of the type of computer programming language you are using, e.g. C++, Java, JavaScript, Python, PHP, etc., and so on and so forth. So if you are into coding, you are a programmer, irrespective of the type of computer programming language you are using. Please take note of that. I'm going to stop here for today, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe now and hit the notification bell so that you will get notified whenever I drop useful content like this. But thanks for watching, and see you next time.